Who do you think is winning the presidential race? If you watch CNN, then you think your wife's boyfriend is an idiot for voting for Trump because Kamala's already winning. And if you watch Fox News, you've been posting on Facebook about how much you love Trump and that he's winning. If you watch the Semi-Daily Night Show on Gary TV here, you are rich, tall, the best looking one in your friend group, enjoy misinformation, and probably have the most advanced sense of humor that anyone can have. Now, polls are as honest as a car salesman or dentist. You can always manipulate data to look a certain way. Some polls even say Kamala is likable. So believe these as much as the IRS saying you owe taxes. I'm kidding. Pay your taxes. Or don't. They can't come after all of us if we decide not to. But one site may actually paint the most accurate picture. Poly Market, basically a site that lets you bet on just about anything, has Trump winning. And I would never bet against a site made for degenerate gamblers. They live for this. Also, it looks like there is no chance of a ceasefire in Israel. Jesus, we used to bet on UFC fights. Now we're betting on terrorists.
His manager is a f***ing snitch, terrorist, rat. And that's it. I could go into heavy detail, and I will. And I will go into heavy detail.
Well, I guess that might not have changed. I actually like Khabib. I just had to do that joke. Trump has gathered working class support, and CNN, people who aren't in the working class, are shocked by this. But CNN is always shocked when they can't lie. This just proves CNN watchers haven't touched a hammer since they hung a picture of their wives' boyfriends. That's a double. And Trump is hammering the working class vote. He even went out and worked a shift at McDonald's. That was a clever transition, worthy of a like, and you know it.
I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your resume?
I never worked here.
If you hate that man, you have to hate him a little less. That is just objectively hilarious. Donald Trump showed up and worked a shift at McDonald's, and the media is now pissed.
What is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish, and he's used the word love to describe the way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well.
Appears not to be well? Listen, fast food is terrible. I literally sell anti-seed oil tote bags that no one bought. But this man lives off McDonald's and Diet Coke, and he golfs and travels more than me, yet has more energy. He's more than well. He's a scientific experiment that is performing better than anyone would have guessed. He's a nutritionist nightmare, a holistic medicine hoax. And Trump had doubters that he couldn't man the fry station. An ex-McDonald's chef. Saying you're a chef for McDonald's is like saying you're middle class with a Cartier watch and a $200,000 jewelry collection. So that actually makes sense why he said that. That man, who looks like he requested to only be paid with Happy Meal kids toys despite having no kids, is the ex-executive chef for McDonald's, and he said maintaining a calm temperament on the fryer is key, and that Trump couldn't do that. If you've ever had to work in the food industry, no cook or person working the fryer is calm. They poured beer in my soft drink cup and proceeded to insult anyone that ordered anything. It was actually really fun. This has made the left mad and even saying the event was staged. No shit, it was fake. You think a place that serves fake food would have real customers pull up to the drive-thru window while the person who's had 2 attempts on his life is working it? The only place that has more fights happen than a McDonald's drive-thru is a bar within a 20-mile radius of a Marine base. One person even wants us to fall into campaign finance law violations. Another dude said everything about Trump is fake. You have a fake profile picture. No one expects Trump to work a real shift at McDonald's. The same way no one expects Kamala, the woman who works for the current administration, to fix the nation's problems.
Really focus on making sure that he is not elected, of course, because he is a threat to our democracy, but also the Harris loss agenda is about the economy, reducing the cost of living, reducing the cost of prescription drugs, reducing the cost of housing, and making life better for everyone. And that's what we have to focus on.
Oh, the media actually believes she'll do that. That explains a lot now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
just making sure you're paying attention.
Biden is mad at Kamala. She did steal his job, so I kind of understand. The leader of the free world has appeared as much as Frank Ocean lately, but when he does, it seems to damage Kamala's campaign. People on the Harris team are saying Biden is too in his feelings. They just called him a simp in political terms. This sounds like Biden is being a baby, but really it's because Kamala was born without emotion. That laugh is more forced than her saying she cares about black people now. Biden even gave an impromptu press conference at the White House press briefing room while Kamala was doing an event in Michigan, meaning she would get less TV time. Biden actually saved America in that moment, which is the first time I think I can say that. Ron DeSantis even got in the mix. Biden even gave the Republican senator his phone number during the hurricane because they were getting along so well. But apparently Kamala and DeSantis are beefing. It is reported now that Biden and DeSantis text each other memes. I made that up, but it would be cute. There was a video where Biden and Obama were talking, and this made people speculate what they're saying. I was going to use AI voiceovers to make a joke of this, but since I just leaked I live in California, Newsom might arrest me. Nancy Pelosi and Biden have also stopped speaking, which explains why Pelosi looks more tired than ever, because now she has no contacts to get sources of blood from kids. She says she hasn't spoke to Biden since he stepped down. This makes sense though. She is the greatest stock trader of our time, so she is a little busy. And Biden has been at the beach more than me since I lived in San Diego. When asked all about this and why they did the switch, Pelosi said that elections are decisions that you decide to win.
Winning an election is a decision. You make a decision to win.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, Nancy Pelosi? That makes sense, though. After all, the party of democracy decided who was their candidate and never gave the people the option to decide, aka a democratic choice, and move forward with Kamala. Kamala's campaign is also upset at the White House for not adding people to the Harris campaign quick enough. It's kind of hilarious they are experiencing what it's like to find a job in America right now. The White House denies all this, but they also deny that fluoride in the water was bad for us. Would you look at that?
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
Trump had a third attempt on his life, according to the media. At this rate, Trump is about to have more attempts on his life than there are Fast and the Furious movies. Vem Miller says he is a Trump supporter and was invited to the rally, and that God put him in that situation.
God did.
The 49-year-old filmmaker and Republican activist who is famous for marathon streams of Fox News, I'm kidding, but I may have just come up with my best stream idea, is the creator of AmericaHappens.com. It's like Fox News if Facebook boomers got access to Squarespace. Seriously, look at it. Mr. Miller was accused by Riverside County Sheriff as the third attempt on Trump, but Mr. Miller denies this and says he is actually a supporter of Trump. This story is weird and was already swept away faster than Biden from a camera ever since Kamala started campaigning. Okay, maybe the story was swept away faster than Biden. You get the point. Mr. Miller at a glance probably wasn't going to attempt anything on Trump. He was probably there just to live stream some shit and make TikToks of it like everybody else these days. Which, for the record, I would also do. I live near Coachella, and the only reason I didn't go is I had a wedding to go to. And if there's an open bar, I'll travel long and far. But the reason Vem Miller was stopped at a checkpoint was for a few things. Having a fake license plate, multiple passport, and driver licenses with different names. There's only one man with multiple passports and different names.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
And having an unregistered vehicle. That's more red flags than your girl completing her workout on her Apple Watch at 2 a.m. when on a bachelorette party. The sheriff believes he is a sovereign citizen. If you aren't aware what sovereign citizens are, they are people who basically exempt themselves from all systems of the government, but rely on all systems of the government. Wait, that sounds like a Democrat. I suggest looking these people up. They talk like they're pirates passing through a canal.
I don't consent to this. You're creating a non-consensual security agreement on the side of the road without right.
And then when pulled over, instead of handing over a simple ID, they hand over a binder bigger than the one you had on your first day of middle school. Because there's nothing more sovereign than needing an entire binder to explain who you are. The Riverside County Sheriff still believes he stopped in a tent, and now Vem Miller is actually suing the Riverside County Sheriff, which is interesting because I live in that county. Trump visiting Coachella is kind of weird. The last time I saw a crowd that big in Coachella was Billie Eilish in 2019 at actual Coachella, before she started acting like any of us care what her and her brother Ferb have to say. Get it? Because his name's Phineas. Whatever. She stopped being good after her first album.
Hey, you bitch! Do you listen to me? Do not read him! Do not read him the cards! What? Do not read him the cards!